the ground. Throwing salt, throwing salt. Throwing salt, throwing salt. Ain't got time to play around. Put some salt up on the ground. Throwing salt, throwing salt, throwing salt. Throwing salt, throwing salt, throwing salt.
Well, what's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Throwing the Salt. What it do, what it do, what it do. Hope everybody had a good week. I had a good week. You had a good week?
Had a good week.
You know, it's good to always check in with your friends. See how you guys had a good week. All of our new subscribers and all of our new, those who are looking at us for the first time. My name is Ashley, and this is my partner in crime, or in Jesus. I don't want to say crime. I think we're trying to spread the love of Jesus. So it's my partner here. This is
Jamal. What's up, y'all? How y'all doing?
What's up? What's up? What's up? So we're going to keep introducing ourselves for a little while because we still new at this. This is probably about week 4, week 5, if depending on where this one drops. And so we are still introducing ourselves, making sure y'all know who we are, and we're getting to learn a little bit about you guys through comments, through chats. We have some emails and stuff, an email list that we're going to send so you guys can tell us some things. Let us know what you want to hear, what you want to see. And we want to just create a family here at this Throwing Salt podcast.
Yeah,
is that all
definitely.
That
Throwing
sounds
Salt
good.
family.
Yeah, Throwing Salt family. I like that. So those of you who don't know, again, throwing salt is not the shadiness. It is we're throwing salt and words of wisdom and giving you traction as it relates to Jesus Christ. The biblical principles, just throwing good things in your life and hoping that they stick, right? So that helps you along the way where you feel a little slippery, that this salt is really trying to give you traction so that what we're calling like the word of God is actually being finding a hiding place in your heart. So when you want to, crack a nose, you know what I'm saying? That these type principles kind of rear themselves up to where it holds you, it comforts you, and to tell you it ain't worth it, right? We don't want to go to jail. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Exactly.
So good. Anything you want to say about throwing salt?
Nah, well, that's it. You said it all.
That's it. That's all. So we're going to jump right into this episode. We're not going to be long with you today, but we want to talk about, maybe I shouldn't jump into the topic right now. Again, what we do every episode, if you're new here, we start off with my handy dandy cards, and we like to do what we call icebreakers. So we start off every episode with an icebreaker question, and we hope that what we actually been finding out is just like magically happening is that these icebreaker questions really lead into our podcast episodes.
Definitely.
And starts us off into a deeper descent into what we're actually going to be talking about today, which is really, really great. Again, just for those who are new, we actually are taking biblical principles and stories from the Bible, and we're just not necessarily flipping them, but bringing them into real life.
Yeah.
How do they apply right to today's world?
Definitely.
And how does that fit our lives? A lot of people, may not read the Bible daily. It's a lot of pages, I ain't gonna lie. And then we got a lot of versions out here. We got the KJV, we got the NIV, we got the NLT, we got the Do Re Mi. They got the UME. So, you know what I'm saying? We're just trying to, for those who ain't, really about that life, we're gonna help explain it slightly, and then we're gonna put it in some layman's terms for you a little bit. And see how, that maybe one day you'll pick it up yourself. Because, again, every tub got sand on its own bottom.
That's it.
And when that trumpet of God sound, we want to make sure that we are caught up. To meet him in the air.
They say you better have oil in your lamp.
Listen. And so, we want to make sure that we're doing that as well. So don't just listen to us and just go by what we say. We say that you go and check it for yourself.
Yeah.
Fact check. Just making sure that we're doing, we're saying, pretty much what the word says. And the word said, listen, if we're not leading people to Jesus, don't believe us now. So we are using our light to lead you to the ultimate light, right?
Yes.
The brightest light of this whole world and this universe, because he created it.
Exactly.
So we're excited. All right. So we're going to jump right in. You ready?
Let's go.
Okay. Again. So for icebreaker questions, please note that my lovely co-host here normally doesn't know what I'm about to ask them. So these are on the spot questions, and if you're in the chat, feel free to chime in too. Comment,
man. We want to hear y'all.
We want to see what's up. What's on your mind? How you feeling
about?
This
ain't a TV show.
It ain't a TV show.
It's a cast. We
It's
want
a
you to
cast.
y'all come in to touch down on our little pod, our lily pod.
Come on into the living
and
room.
Come on in the living room and talk with us. Have a conversation
Yeah,
with
yeah,
the
yeah,
host
yeah.
and the co-host.
All right, here we go. We're gonna see here. Let me see. All right. Which person in your life brings out the best in you? And how can you encourage each other's strengths? Let's just start with the top question, because sometimes it'd be like the icebreaker be like two-part. We just trying to do
I don't
one.
want to get myself in trouble by not saying some people.
So, and you can make it broad, but I'm just saying, I mean, or who has. We can make it general if we're not trying to get in trouble.
Right.
But which person in your life really brings out the best in you? Let you ponder on that. Let you ponder on that.
I would have to say my daughter, man.
Oh, man. I was going to say my kids, too.
I believe it's my daughter because she's just a ray of sunshine. Man. She really
But how
is.
does she bring out the best in you?
Because she keeps me honest.
Uh-huh.
Like, really, like, she asks me the tough questions. She asks me questions where you be like, oh, my God, I got to tell her the truth. I ain't going to lie to her. But, yeah.
You don't be lying to your kids?
Nah,
What kind of parent
because,
are
I mean,
you?
like,
What?
I don't want her to, like, I try not to.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I try not to. But she always keep me on my toes, though. And then one thing about my daughter, she's going to make sure that you said this.
Uh-huh.
I want you to be accountable to what you just said.
Right,
to
right.
me.
Oh, they definitely remind you.
Yeah, they remind me, but you
Oh, yeah.
said it.
Yeah, yeah.
You said I could get ice cream.
Uh-huh.
You said I could
They
go outside.
got elephant
like,
brains.
I'm
Elephants
like, did
got
I
the
say
biggest brains.
that?
Yeah.
So you told me we was going to the movies today. I was like,
You
I
did.
say that?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
dang, I said that before I got tired, though. Dang,
You be
bruh.
making promises before the work
Yeah,
day. I
was
think
like,
you
yo,
need to
this
make the promises
morning-
after the work day.
This morning's promise
Yeah.
is not tonight's promise.
Yeah. Well, aren't you glad that God don't do that?
Yeah, I'm glad.
Because the thing is,
I'm
like,
glad.
if we had a shift in like day to night promises, we'd be jacked.
Young, because
We'll
I'm
be
telling
back.
you, what you made of a promise in the morning definitely can change to your night.
Listen, not even to the night. Let an hour go
An
by.
hour go by. Yes,
Bruh, don't
literally.
let me. I can make a promise before the workday starts. Let me get an hour into that work day.
Man.
It's a wrap.
Especially if it was a stressful day
Hell yeah.
or a challenging
yeah.
day. You don't even want to see nobody. Don't talk to me for 5 minutes.
Right.
Everybody just don't say nothing to me. But yeah, I would have to say my daughter. She keeps me on my P's and Q's. Like she makes me be a better person.
Yeah.
Because I know that she's looking and watching me with intent to be like me in some way.
Yeah.
And like I have to show her the best version of me.
Mm-hmm.
Even though you're going to show her all versions of you,
Yeah.
but I want to put the best foot for her.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So people,
Yeah.
so she can say, "Man, my dad was a real good person."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah, I think I was gonna go the same route, but I think because I mean obviously it's going to be I don't want to be hyping heads.
Right.
Lord, I would be feeling like I got hype heads, but I'm gonna say my husband.
Okay.
Yeah, cause he listening. That's what I'm saying. Like I be hating that. Like I feel like I'm pressured.
Right.
But no, I was gonna say my husband anyway. But my husband and my kids. I definitely gonna say my kids. But the only reason why is that because you really don't know who you are until you're I would say entangled. I don't know. We should use that word. Is that
You are until when you married, you entangled.
Okay, I'm just saying Jada Pinkett just made it bad for all of us. I just don't
They
like
made
that.
the word bad.
I know. So, but like, so when you're like really, I would say, okay, we're gonna say entangled. When you're entangled with people for a long time, to where you find things out about yourself that you
Yeah.
didn't know that you had,
Yeah,
right? So
definitely.
they give you that fortitude. So everybody know me. I'm super hype, and
Mm.
they know you too. You hype too. But we've married our yang, right? So we say
Yeah.
our yin and our yang.
Yes.
So I would say in both of our lives, we've definitely married our yang.
Definitely.
So
Because my wife is nowhere near as
now,
hyped as
right.
me.
So the things that I get stressed out and hyped about,
Yeah.
he's just so calm. And I'm just
Calm,
like,
calm and
how do you
collected.
do that, Jose?
how
Like,
do
how do you do that? How are you just calm? Like, how do you have peace like a river? Like right now. Like, what's up?
Oh.
So then I try to fashion my life like him because I'm like, well, maybe I did overreact. Maybe that wasn't that
But
serious.
that's how you. But see, this is the thing. I'm not the reason. We are both necessary,
Yeah.
and that's why I believe God put us together.
Yeah.
It's because you're necessary for Him.
Yeah.
He's necessary for you.
Right.
Where you go off on the deep end, He brings you back in.
Yeah.
Where you need to be aggressive.
Yeah.
I mean, where He needs to be aggressive, that's where you give him the push.
Yeah.
Same thing with me. Like where I go up, like, nah, we need to do this. She was like, this, but did we pray about that first?
Right.
I'm like, man, I don't feel like praying right now. Like, I want to do. She's like, nah, we should have prayed about that.
Yeah.
But where she's like timid at, I'm
Yeah.
like, nah, you need to follow your
Right.
dream. You need
Right.
to move on your own terms.
Yeah.
You need to do this. You need to do that. So we complement each other.
Yeah.
And for people out there, that's what you want. You don't want somebody that's just like you.
Yeah.
You want somebody that complements you.
Yeah.
Meaning that it helps you.
Yeah. And I think for my kids, I think they definitely bring out my strength,
Yeah.
first of all, because you when you know you have to take care of somebody,
Yeah.
you go a little harder.
Yeah,
Right.
definitely.
When you realize that you're not just accountable to yourself anymore.
Yes.
And then everything that you say, they're picking up, like
Mm-hmm.
you're now mindful,
Mm.
right? And because they be stressing me out, so they bring out the best of me. They bring out my restraint.
Oh my God.
They really, and they bring out my prayer life.
Yeah.
So I'm
Yes.
on the altar a little bit more.
I think I've prayed more
Yeah.
by having a child
Oh,
than I
absolutely.
did when I didn't have no kids.
And it's not even just because they stress me out, but it's also too because you want the best for them.
And
so
I want the best for them,
You want to
yes.
make sure that they're safe. You want to make sure that what you're teaching them is what God wants
It's
you to
being
teach them.
instilled
You
in
want to
them,
ensure
yeah.
that and you feel guilty a little bit because you're working or you're doing this, or you have that mom and dad guilt here and there. But they actually ground you too, because no matter what,
Yeah.
like if you're there.
Mhm.
They love the 20 minutes.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
20 minutes feel like the whole day.
And
you're
that's
just
the thing, like with my daughter, man, and that's why I know that she's listening and observing me, because even if I'm eating something, she'd be like, Dad, did you pray yet?
Right. Yeah, they keep you accountable, don't they?
Like, dang, man, I didn't pray.
Right.
Like, it keeps me to the point where she's like observing that
Yep.
before we eat anything, Dad, you remember we prayed.
Yes.
And I'm
we
like,
put God first.
we put God first even before a meal.
Yeah.
And I'm like, God, she's learning.
Yeah. And then when you start actually see them do things without your prompting.
Yes.
So the
Yes.
things that you've taught that you feel like they're not listening to.
Yeah.
But then around the house, because my son he be singing, and he got an all right voice, but my son be hitting the rafters. I'm like, come down, son. Like you're an octave way too high. That note is first tenor. You in third soprano like that. Like I don't understand. But he'll just be walking around like, I believe in Jesus Christ. I'm like, wait a minute. My son just singing the joys of the Lord. Like, good job, son. So he's not singing nothing out here out like crazy. And then
Right.
he just started busting out shouting. I'm like, I don't understand where that comes from.
That's
Then-
just
I got
church culture.
kids. Yeah.
You got
Then
church kids. We both
He now starting to like do like the speaking in tongue and preaching. Yesterday he was preaching in the car, but he only was doing the high part. Like, I was like, you can't just come in on that part. You got to know the word.
Hey, look, it happens.
So
It
yeah, he
happens.
excited about that. Like,
Yeah.
So I mean, and I always wanted a church kid. I ain't gonna lie. Like
Yeah.
I
Definitely.
I want you to be in your school with a suit on,
Man.
like preaching in the street.
Nah,
Like I want you weird like that. I want you.
No,
I want you wearing a
no
Jesus
way.
only pen. Like I want you, cause that's how I was. I was in these streets. People knew like you gonna be able to. I know Ashley can't come because she gonna be in church. Absolutely.
yeah.
You know.
Yep.
I ain't gonna be able to make
Shoot, I had a friend that asked me the other day. They was like, "So what you doing this weekend?" I got a prayer service to
it.
go
Right.
to.
You want to come?
You want to come?
Right.
Like, or you
Right.
can stream it.
Right.
But see, that's where people. That's how you want to be, though.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that you gotta be a holy roller,
Right.
or Jesus only.
Yeah.
But people gotta know the standard that you set.
And it's fun in
And
Jesus
it's fun.
though.
Yeah, it is.
Like people be thinking that it's really boring.
No,
Like
it's
I don't
not,
like
yo.
I don't know
It's
like
really
how
not.
your relationship is with Jesus, but it's
Nah,
not boring.
It's
like,
not boring to me.
It's
It
really
never
not
have
boring.
been.
Sometimes it feel like a lot, but I think people think that it feels like a lot. Like if they're in a local ministry where they're taking on a lot,
Yeah.
and it could be like a lot because it's almost like a second job, and
Yeah.
that can feel like a lot. But I'm saying the relationship part of it alone, like when you talk to him, he talk to you back.
Yeah.
Like when you're like are been praying about something, and then like a couple of weeks later, and then it happens when you have like this deja vu moment, and you're like,
Man.
oh my gosh, like so
Man.
these are like the perks of just like, and then seeing him do the miracles, right?
Man.
Like when he actually like touches you, or the word becomes alive, and like where two or three are
That's where-
gathered, he's
that's
in the
what-
midst, and
that's
you're
what
like
it is
two
for
or three
me.
are gathered, and he really shows up, like
Yeah.
okay.
That's where it is for me. Is when I'm in reading the scriptures and it feel like I'm in the story.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
God,
You like that
making-
Paul in that vision.
Yeah,
huh?
like I'm like
to the
in
third
the
heaven,
den
huh?
with Daniel. Like I
Yes.
feel like that. Like
Yeah.
I feel like I was with David and Goliath. I
Yeah.
feel like I was in the Garden of Eden.
Yeah.
And like he will take you to a place
Yeah.
in your mind
Mm-hmm.
to where you like, I feel like I'm sitting here talking to you.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
literally, we're having a conversation,
Yeah.
and people like, "Well, I don't hear God like y'all hear God."
Right.
But that's fine.
Yeah.
That might not be your experience
Yeah.
with God.
Yeah.
But sometimes God talk through people.
Yeah.
God talk through movies.
Yeah.
God talk through TikTok videos.
But what's so wild to me, which is why we always try to push that you read the word for yourself.
Yeah.
Because if you even notice, like in the Bible, God didn't speak for a long time.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
only really he followed his ordinances where
Exactly.
he spoke through his prophets.
Yes.
Like in the time of Samuel, he was saying he hadn't spoke for a long time.
Yeah.
Like, and it's if you're reading like even Old Testament and even some of in the New, like you would hear his voice through people. It wouldn't be him
Yeah.
directly unless he decided to speak to
Yeah,
you
because they said
directly.
that the Lord would ascend on people.
Yeah.
And they would prophesy.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yep.
so they would tell you, like Jeremiah would tell you what the Lord is saying.
Right.
Isaiah would tell you what the Lord
Yep.
is saying. Oh, he was wounded for our transgressions
Yep.
and bruised for our iniquities.
Mm-hmm.
This hasn't even happened yet.
Right.
But he's telling you things that's getting ready to happen, and it's going to come from a man.
Yeah, and it wasn't, if you realize it wasn't everybody.
No.
It was
no.
specific people he spoke through,
That he
obviously, which is
trusted.
why we call them prophets, right? Because he speaks through them. But when you have, like we said, a relationship with Jesus Christ, people want Jesus to talk to you every day. And it can happen, but if he doesn't, that doesn't mean you walk away. Right? I mean, it is a lot of us in the earth. I'm
Yeah,
just saying. And
yeah.
he can talk to everybody at the same time. But come on, like what we're saying is that once your relationship is assured, right?
Yeah.
If you've been married to like someone or been in a relationship with somebody for a long time and you don't speak to them for one day, does the relationship break?
No.
No, because what do you already know? You already
know
know
them.
that they're going to be back with you or
And that's
whatever.
what
It's
I'm
going to
saying.
come back
Like,
to you. It's like, yeah.
relationship is totally different
Yes.
than infatuation.
Right.
You could be infatuated with somebody. You like, oh, it could be the beginning puppy love stage of
Yeah,
your
yeah,
relationship.
yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh my God, they calls me every day. He
Right,
texts me every
right,
day.
right.
Oh, he gives me the good morning text. Yeah, they got the kissy emojis in there. Let it go a year.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't do that no more.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, that's
I'm
fine.
at work.
I'm
babe.
at work
Like,
right now.
I'm at
Like-
work. We can't talk.
Or in the beginning of the marriage, oh, we going on lunch dates now. We going on breakfast
I'm
dates.
trying to tell you.
We going to we'll get to our stage in life. You like, bro, I'm glad I got a dinner date.
Right. Listen, I'll tell you right now. Me and my husband, we work from home. So we government workers. We work in the same house.
Yeah.
I don't see the nigga till like 4 hours, and I'm like, "You alive down there?" I don't lose a sweat of sleep.
Yeah.
I'm literally 2 floors up.
Yeah.
He's down in the basement.
Yeah.
8 hours.
Yeah.
Like, oh hey, what's up, my nigga?
Man,
What's
dog,
up?
it's like that. Like I even say that with my wife. Like I be at work and all that. Like, dang, I ain't talked to her not one time today.
Right.
And she be like, oh yeah, I ain't talked to him either.
Right.
She be like, was you hello? I'm like, hey,
Like, you good?
I'm good.
Oh,
I be like,
okay,
you
all
good?
right,
She
we
be
still
like,
breathing. Good.
yeah, I'm good.
Right.
I'm like, oh, okay. Like, I'm just checking in, make sure you all right.
Don't little check in.
You check in, make sure you good, girl. Like, you ain't fall over, fall down the steps or nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, we good. Like, you know
But
what I'm
that's
saying?
what comes with relationship and then that
Yeah.
longevity, right?
Yeah.
So that's what even we were saying with the relationship with Jesus Christ. It's not about, you don't need the everyday, but through his word you see him. Through what you see outside, you still know that he's alive. Because if I'm walking outside and the stars and the sun is still shining, he's on the throne.
Yeah, and
You know
even
what I
though
mean?
they said, give us, Lord, our daily bread.
Yeah.
Daily bread is not going to always look the same.
Right.
The bread that's given is not going to always taste the same.
Right.
It's good bread,
Yeah.
but this bread might not be given to you audibly.
Yeah.
It might be given to you visually.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? Or
Yeah.
it might be through an experience.
Right.
Bread.
Yeah.
You ask for bread.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you bread, but I'm going to give you
Something that sustains you
just
throughout the day.
sustains you
Mhm.
out the day.
Yeah.
It could be a word.
Oh yeah.
It don't have to be a whole "I love you, my
Right,
son."
right.
No, it could be
Moses at the bush moment.
and that's what
Like
we
everybody want. That's what they want. Take off your shoes,
Shoes-
bruh. Like my
that- you
toes
may
not
not
even done.
never get that type of experience from Jesus.
Right. Oh yeah. Yeah.
You may not never get that
A
type
burning
of
bush
because that
experience?
might
Yeah, nah.
run you out the door.
Right.
Some
Right. People gonna be scared.
They be scared to
But
death
and
or
that's what
something
I'm
like
saying.
that.
Like people be wanting that Bible experience, but if that thing
don't
happen,
want
they
that
be the
Bible.
first ones running.
They're young. Let's be real.
Be the first ones out here.
He be like, really? Do you really want that Moses experience though?
Listen.
Like literally a bush that's on fire, that's not being consumed, and then it start talking. Bruh, I'm hitting exit left out this joint. And I love Jesus. But I'm going to tell you, if he showed up like that, I'm tripping over rocks. I'm tripping over the goats and sheep. I'm getting up out of there. I'm like, young, I went up to that mountain and something was talking up there. Dog, I got up out of there. Cause
Bruh, like, or like you just at the beach, out at Myrtle. And we
Yeah.
in Maryland, so you out at Myrtle.
uh,
And all of a sudden the joint just opened up. What we doing? Like,
Bruh.
and whales just swimming on the side.
I would think
They
that,
swimming on the side. What you doing?
bruh, I would be thinking the world is over. Or did an atomic bomb hit this joint and
That's
we
what I'm
didn't
saying.
know?
We be wanting Bible experiences, be scared
Bible
to death.
experience, like, do you really want to be in the den with lions and be praying that they don't eat you?
Right.
Like, God, I didn't want to go next to a cat.
Like, God, like, for real, you ain't got to prove yourself to me like that.
Nah.
I'm good. Like,
good.
I'm good with the word. You said
I
read
love the
daily.
metaphor more than the reality.
I'm with you here. That yea, though I walk, got you. I'm right here with you.
like I don't need the lion
It's just
experience.
hard enough just getting up. Like, I
Bruh,
mean,
just to breathe next to these jokers,
right.
and you see their teeth, and you know lions' dens. It's a rack of them in
And
there.
then, man, there used to be a show called When Animals Attack.
Oh,
Like,
cuz.
bruh,
them
like-
bears used to tear them people up in the.
Bruh, like the
They be in
worst
that joint.
episode was when Homegirl was sitting like this. The
Oh, that
bear.
bear. Oh,
Yo, the bear had on the daggone hat. Like, he just like,
But the crazy part about
she
it
like,
is,
get you.
it was
right.
crazy because he attacked her because she scared him.
Right.
He never seen her there. If you look at it, when he turned, he jumped and just grabbed her. That was a black bear. I don't care what nobody say.
I was
That
like,
was
oh,
that was a black bear. You can't scare black people and them not put their hands on you. That bear put his hands. She was going all like this. The trainer was smacking the mess out of her. He was smacking him so bad, like stop. But I'm like, bro, you walked up on me.
Right.
He looked at her like, oh, get out of here, come here, and grabbed her to the floor like, yeah. But I feel that bad. I was like, yeah, that's Leon right there, cuz. That's Leon. Leon don't like nobody to scare him, cuz.
Leon the third. too.
Leon the
Yeah,
third.
I've never
like,
been through some
yeah,
things.
he like, yeah, I've been scared before.
Yeah, his father was born in the Polka Bean neighborhood in Florida. Like, that nigga been through some things. Sorry, I don't want some stuff.
Bruh, but that's what I'm
apologies.
saying. It's like, you gotta be young. I don't need those type of experiences.
Right.
I'm good with the experience I have with Jesus.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's where it is. I'm good with those experiences what I have. with God.
Yeah. I think throughout my life right now, I know he's real.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Man.
yeah.
I done had some time to know.
Just based on my, what is it, 37. We good.
We good.
Like,
Yeah, we good.
You ain't got the You ain't got to know.
Yeah.
You ain't got to float no houses. You
Yeah.
ain't got to burn up the whole. You ain't got to give me a
Yeah.
Job experience.
No.
Please don't.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just saying, I know you. Like,
Yeah.
or I don't know you all the way. I'm getting to know you all
Even
the way.
more every
Even
day.
more every day.
Because you gonna bringing me the experience that makes me know you,
Exactly.
and that's cool.
Yeah.
But today,
But today. So
We
I
gonna
think
get
this
into a
what is good
conversation.
about this icebreaker question is that, you know, we talked about the person in your life that brings out the best in you. And so we gotta look at it from the Bible experience. Like, and we're talking about Jesus Christ, of course, and who was his friends? You know what I'm saying?
Man.
He had 12 that he called.
but he had complicated friendships though.
Oh no, they was complicated.
They was definitely complicated, man.
Well, but how can they not be?
yeah,
This is the Son of God. Like,
Yeah.
I'm friends with the Son of God.
Yeah.
Like, what how can they not be
he
complicated?
literally chose 12 people.
Yeah.
With 12 different characteristics,
Mm-hmm.
12 different personalities. You had one that played you close,
Yeah.
which was John.
Mm-hmm.
You had one that always was like, I
Out
don't
here
know,
doubting.
and Thomas. Like,
Yeah,
nah,
out here
like, I'm out
living.
here trying to follow this dude. We about to die.
Right.
Every
Like,
time we go with him.
Every situation, Thomas is like in the back,
I'm
like,
tired of this, bro.
if I
Like when
thought
he went to
about
go,
the analytics
think
on
about it.
this.
Even when he was dealing with Jesus, when he went to go save Lazarus, he said, "Let's go die with Jesus."
right.
Like,
Like, he was definitely down
he
with
was
Thomas
like,
out
down,
here.
like, man, dog. Every time I'm with you, it's always a problem, cuz. Like for real, like. But then you got the Peter of the
But
situation.
Jesus had to have these type of friends
Bruh.
around, because the thing is, Doubting Thomas always had to get, like, he had to be
checked.
checked.
Yeah, he be
like,
checked.
all right, here we go again. Let me go die with Jesus. All right, Thomas, here we go again. Let me go ahead and show you why
Yeah,
I'm good.
show him why I'm
Let
good.
me
Well,
show
you're
you
not
why I'm
gonna
God's
die.
son. Right.
Yeah, you're not gonna die. Stop hitting the panic button. We all have those friends that always hitting the panic
Right,
button.
right,
And we
right.
always had those friends that play you close too.
Yeah.
But then we got those
To
friends.
take the relationship. Yeah.
Then we got those friends that you don't even really know if they really your friend.
Yeah.
We do.
Yeah.
They
act
they
like
keep
your friend, though.
showing you that I don't know if I can trust this man.
Right.
dog."
Right.
Like
right.
for real.
Right.
And Judas showed Jesus all the time.
Yeah.
I'm not to be trusted,
Right.
but I'm handling the money.
Yeah.
But I'm not to be
Yeah.
trusted. You gave me the biggest thing that really made me really not trustworthy. It was the money. Because remember when Murray went to go put oil on Jesus' feet,
Yeah.
perfume,
It's like, why
and
you
wipe
give
his face,
it
he
to
was
the
like,
poor?
he said that money could have been sold for the
So
poor.
for this.
So
Give it to
you
the boy.
calculated it already.
Right,
you was
right.
already scheming
Right.
with the money. Bro, you got to watch those friends.
Right.
They not going to your account. Don't let them touch your phone. Don't let them do nothing. They the ones that's gonna be hitting your girl on the box
Oh, yeah.
when
oh,
you
yeah,
ain't
it's
around.
definitely- That's definitely happening.
That's that friend that you just be like, bro, I don't trust you, cuz. Like for real. And I wanna see you do something so I can black your eye.
Right.
Like for real. That's the one. Like
But
you
that's why we still living like Jesus. Because the thing is, Jesus already knew and still allowed him to be with him. Like he slept with, like. Mind you, they always went to journeys together. So Judas was always with him. So if they slept, he's sleeping too. Jesus ain't sleeping with no one eye open.
Nah,
he didn't
he
need
was
to.
knocked out.
So cold, like, unless he was praying in the
Yeah,
dark.
unless he was
Like,
praying.
with sweat.
Yeah.
But I'm saying he had these type of friends close.
Yeah.
He had to have them there for a reason. Because mind you, he never does anything without the reason. And the reason was for us. Mind you, because he knew that we would be reading these stories. So how are you going to handle people who you know
Yeah.
is doing things behind your back?
And
Who you
no.
know are not going to be here for you. So he had to be, again, the example to say, I already knew it.
And then
this
you
is
got
how
your
I handle it.
friend-
So you can do the same thing. Because I did this in the flesh,
Yeah.
like you about to do in the flesh.
And then you got that friend that acts like the mother, the father.
Uh-huh.
They act like that's that. Peter was that friend.
Yeah.
Like my man, cuz I kill somebody for you, cuz. He's strong enough to be like, look,
Right.
I'm not all the way saved. So they jump out of line. I'm gonna crush somebody. I'm just gonna be honest with
Peter
you.
was always on the ready.
He was on the ready.
Yeah, he was
like
always on the ready.
you need a friend like that though.
But you know why I think? Because some people that I feel that are always on the ready, they have like fears inside.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Those are the most fearful people.
Yeah.
So they will show
like he
you.
has to. Like his fight or flight is fight, because if not, then you're gonna see that I'm fearful.
Yeah, and
because
most
you know
people-
I'm scared.
Exactly. And most people like that, they are genuine people though.
Yeah.
I will give you that.
Yeah.
But they can be a little bit overbearing sometimes.
Yeah, they're a
too.
little extra.
You be like, yeah, I see myself like that
Oh, I
sometimes.
know. I was gonna say it. I was gonna wait. I wanted you to,
Be honest
know
with you,
thyself.
I do like
Just saying.
don't get me wrong. If I fool with you, I fool with you.
I fool with you.
That's one thing about me. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm a fool with you.
I'm a fool with you.
But if
okay?
I figure that we ain't cool, I'm gonna show that too.
Yeah.
Cause I can't wear lies on my face.
Right. Okay. You
I
like
just
your
can't.
mother. You're your
I
mother's
gotta,
son.
I
It's
gotta.
Like you're not your daddy's son,
everything
you're your
about
mama's
me
son.
shows.
Uh-huh.
You get what I'm saying? And that's what I am. I mean, you gonna get what you get with me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you like it is. I'm like, bruh, I wouldn't have did that, bruh.
Yeah.
Like, nah, even though you my man, we cool.
Right.
I wouldn't have did that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have did that. But I ain't gonna embarrass you.
Right.
But I'm gonna tell you like, bruh, nah, that wasn't cool, bruh.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what I'm saying. You need all of those type of people around you, though.
Yeah.
You do. And people say, I don't need no Judas around me. Yes, you do.
Yeah.
Because how would you know that people scheming if you don't have a schemer with you?
You need a schemer to know.
You need to be introduced to a schemer
Yeah.
to know a schemer. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm telling
And that's
you.
another reason why you need the Holy Ghost.
Yes.
Because he leads you and
And
guides
guides
you
you
into
all
truth, doggone
truth.
it. You out here just living in lies.
And God did this, and he had those type of friends to show us that you're going to be introduced to all types of people.
Yeah.
But you can't lose character when you see
Right.
the realness of their character.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, that's a salt moment right
Yeah, it
there.
is. Yeah, I like
You
that.
can't lose character when you start seeing the realness of other people's character.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I said. Like, he was the example to show us that even in adversity, even when things are coming up against you, that you have an avenue to still keep a level head.
Come on.
Because the thing is, you already know, first of all, what your purpose is here to do.
Yes.
It's a difference in people that you know when you meet them and you know why they're here, because they know themselves. You know what I mean? They know their purpose.
Yeah.
They know why they were put on the earth. And it may have taken a short time for some people, but or a long time. But when they're walking in their full like truth of who God has said that they are, and they're not afraid, that's a different type of power that you just like, I want some of that. Like,
Man,
that's
I was
what I'm
talking
talking about.
I was talking to my wife yesterday. And
After
I told
that late?
I was talking to her yesterday. Nah, this was before we even went and did what we had to do.
Yeah.
I said, when you connect with a person in a relationship, you connect with their calling too. Jesus introduced himself to 12 men,
Yeah.
but he also introduced them to his calling.
Yeah. Yeah.
His purpose was attached to their friendship.
Mm-hmm.
Their purpose was attached to his friendship.
Yeah.
When you marry a person,
Yeah.
you are attached to their calling too,
Mm-hmm.
whatever that may be.
Whatever that may be.
So you got to be saying I do to them
Yeah.
and their calling.
Which is why you can't take vows lightly.
That's what I'm
Because
saying.
the thing is, that sickness and health may be one thing, to death do you part, but to honor and to love and to cherish is that
what you
that's-
don't understand.
Right. Yeah. Sometimes I be thinking the vows need to change. Because the thing is, and then everybody needs to just go back like every 20 years. Just see where we at. Like, you know, be like, all right, let's do this thing
Because
again
I
in
was
20
cool
years.
with you
Right.
when your phone wasn't blowing up,
Right.
when you didn't have all those text
When you
messages,
have a lot of money.
when you ain't have a lot of money, when you
Yeah.
didn't have a lot of resources.
Right.
We were good.
Right.
Things changed.
Yeah, when we were 22,
When
yeah.
we were 22 and we
we
was just
32 and 42
we was
here now.
good to have $10 in the account. We was good.
Right.
Now that we have 100,000, we don't even speak to each other.
Right.
Because the purpose has changed. My calling has changed.
Yeah.
Now and everything about me, now I have more things about us
Yeah.
that stretches even me in your relationship.
So I think where we're going today is that we're going, because if you're new here, we start with the word. So we pull out things from actual biblical principles and scriptures and things like that. So we're going to be in Matthew 16.
Yeah.
And just the gist of this
Yeah.
whole chapter. This is Jesus pretty much giving us synopsis of like the Sadducees and the Pharisees. And we ain't going to talk about them today, because sometimes I would just be wanting to mollywop. I be feeling like Peter sometimes. It's like, bruh, like y'all just be doing extra.
Yeah.
And so, Jesus was calling them out because,
Yeah.
again, they out here being extra,
Yeah.
spreading lies, falsities.
Mm.
So then we had the transition a few verses down where he had to check people again because people are not believing him that he's the God of the miracle that he just did for the 5,000, but he just 2 fish and 5 loaves of bread, and he did this again for the 7,000. He did this at least 2 or 3 times, obviously in the scriptures. And then we go further down to where now Jesus is with his boys, and we call them his boys. That means his disciples, and he is now is talking to him about his death. He's
talking plainly to them.
Yeah. He's letting them know that I'm about to be up out of here.
Yeah.
Like my time is
Yeah.
coming.
Yeah.
I'm almost hitting my 33,
Yeah.
and my year is coming up. But obviously by this time, he's with his friends now, so they've built this relationship with him.
Man.
They love him for who he is.
Yeah.
They're with him every day. He's called them off their jobs. Like,
Yeah.
you done just retired me. Like, are
Yeah.
you about to leave me?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that's why I retired for
Yeah.
you. So, calling Peter off the boat. Will you follow me? Yeah, all right, I'll be with you. So the relationship has been has been had, and there are things that now I'm attached to. Like you said, I'm attached to the calling. I'm invested in your life now.
Yeah.
So where you go, I go.
Yeah.
And one in particular is Peter that we talked about. Peter comes up a lot because Jesus spoke about Peter a lot because of his love for him.
Yeah. And his
Peter,
commitment
and his
to
commitment.
him. Yeah.
But what's so good about Peter that we liked about his life is that he was a man who loved hard, but who was flawed too.
Exactly.
Right. So
Exactly.
he had a lot of traditions as well that Paul had to call out.
Yeah, that
He
Jesus had to call out.
Jesus had to call out.
Yeah.
And that's what we like about this dynamic is that as much as Peter loved Jesus, their relationship was a great view of accountability.
Yes.
Meaning that I'm gonna call you out when you wrong,
Yeah.
and I can talk to you how I want. I don't
Yeah.
have to sugarcoat our conversation.
Yeah,
'Cause we
nah.
just
We
that
just
tight.
that cool.
I love you enough that I need to, I'm accountable. I feel like for your life now.
Yeah.
Right?
And this is my thing, man. If you have a friend that you can't really be genuinely honest with,
Yeah.
are they really your friend?
Yeah. Yeah.
If I feel like you talk too much, can I not say that to you in
Right,
love without
right.
you saying, "Oh, we can't be friends no more"?
Right. Right.
If you're just not a good business partner
Right.
and you my friend, could I just not say? Could I say to you like, "Bro, you need to spice up on that"? Like,
Yeah.
or if you're a slacker,
Mm-hmm.
can I not say, "Yo, like you gotta brush up on that, man. You
Yeah.
gotta get a little bit more discipline." Without our friendship ending.
Yeah.
If our friendship ends off a disagreement, off a conversation, were we really friends?
Right. And I think this generation, as the Bible even says, we get wickeder and wickeder, but we also are getting weaker and weaker.
Yeah, insensitive.
And that's what I'm saying is that not being able to hold people accountable without losing
Yeah.
them. And I think that goes both ways, like meaning that I don't feel like I can say this without losing you, and I don't want to lose you either.
Yeah.
So it's always that betwixting, which is why Jesus always says that he rather you just be hot or cold. Like he rather not you be in the middle.
Yeah.
Because being in the middle, it confuses things.
Exactly.
When you're not either yay or nay, and you're doing.
I don't know
extra,
where we stand.
We don't. Yeah. It's too much ambiguity. It's too much nebulous. It's nebulous here.
Same
I
thing with our
can't.
friendship.
I got to know. I have to know where we are and what I can do and can't do. So that. Like we said, that I can fully attach to your calling.
Yeah.
Because in any friendship, that's what you want to be. You want to be a help as well,
Yeah,
not just
not
when
a
we're
burden.
talking about
Yeah.
like in intimate relations, but even in
And
friendships.
friendships, yeah.
There are friendships, of course, that feel like intimate relationships, but obviously
Jonathan and David.
Yes, exactly.
They were friends.
Yeah, but
Literally,
they loved
he
each other's
chose-
soul. Like
He
it was.
betrayed his own daddy
Yeah.
for David.
Yeah.
He said,
That's a different type of
"Man,"
love.
he said, "My brother, if I shoot that arrow, it ain't good to come this way."
Right.
And because I'm gonna tell my servant to go get it.
Yeah.
If you see that,
Yeah.
man, hit the hills, bro.
Yeah.
It ain't good to come this way because my father about to kill you.
Yeah.
He said, but if I don't do that, we at peace.
Mm.
And he had enough time he had enough love in him to betray his own father
Yeah.
for his friend.
And that's what Jesus is trying to get us to get to, is that when he says to, bear each other's burdens, or, this is your mother, this is your father. Like, these are the relationships that he's trying to cultivate to say that the love doesn't just mean when you're intimate, right?
Yeah.
This is not the love that I'm talking about. You can still have that without getting anything from it.
Intimacy, though,
when you're loving just the soul of the person just for who they are.
Intimacy is really 10% physical.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Let's be real about
Yeah,
the
that's very
situation.
true.
Because if you can be intimate with my mind,
Right. Yeah. Then the
the
body's gonna
physical,
follow.
the body's gonna follow you.
Yeah. Right.
Let's be real. If you sit here and be intimate with my mind, yo,
Yeah.
where I can just be like, yo, that cool.
Mm-hmm.
Like Martin Luther King on one hand, just listening to the speeches of this man
Yeah.
made you fall in love with Martin Luther King, the
Right.
person,
Right. Right.
more than anything he would have done for you.
Because you felt his passion.
You felt his passion.
Yeah. Yeah.
They felt
You wanted to be attached to that
They
call.
felt Jesus' passion.
Yeah.
More than they felt his physical abilities.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying?
And they felt that the love that he brought was real, right?
Yeah.
Like Martin Luther King, his cause,
His cause
it
for
was real.
justice was so real.
Yeah.
That man,
Yeah.
we locking arms, even if we
Right.
getting dogs sicked on us,
Right.
even if we getting people spitting on us, even if you getting water hoses thrown at you or something like that, we're gonna lock arms together because my cause is more important than my body.
Yes, and that's what I'm saying. Like, do we still have friends in this day and age that are willing to? And for me, like, that would be one of the comparables to the scripture, that you're willing to die for your friend, like what Jesus died for his friend. Like those segregation times. Essentially, what you're saying is that we all going. We might not all come back.
Them
Are
freedom
you
riders,
still
they
going?
was with each other to
Are
death.
you still going?
Yeah.
And they still was like, we going.
We gonna sit right here in this restaurant. We gonna get dogs maybe sick on us. We gonna get water
We
poured
may
on
not
us.
come back.
We might get smacked right in the face. Y'all don't move.
Or we might not even come back.
We may not
Literally,
come
that's
back.
how strong they believed in in freedom.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is why freedom is important.
Yeah.
Like, because of everything that comes with not being free.
Yeah.
Right? And that's why Jesus, this is the same thing what Jesus came to do. He came to make
liberate
us free
you from
and liberate
sin.
you.
Yes.
Right, because without freedom, you're living in fear. You're living in torment.
You're not living
in bondage.
life, really.
You're not living life.
Without freedom, you are not living life.
Yeah.
And my thing is, and that's what Jesus was doing with his friendship with Peter, like we talking
Yeah.
about today. He literally started to tell them plainly, I'm getting ready to die.
Yeah.
I built up enough relationship with you to now have to tell you plainly
Yeah.
that the physical form that y'all see,
Right.
y'all probably not gonna see this no more.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting ready to go to a different place in my
Right.
purpose.
Right.
And I need you to be okay with the different place I'm getting ready to go to in my purpose.
Yeah.
So I'm going to tell you plainly that I can't be with you like I used to be with you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not even going to be able to talk to you like I used to talk to you.
Mm-hmm.
So let's try this.
So, so here's that's, if you think about that conversation, and I'm Jesus and you're Peter, that's heavy.
That's a heavy. Yeah, I'm
It's-
wondering now, like
that's,
what?
That's hard.
Yeah.
Those are one that when we talk about in life, that's a hard conversation.
Exactly.
And again, because Jesus was both flesh and spirit. It may have been just as hard for him, but also too, like, he may have been better equipped because he knew it was
Yes.
going to happen.
Peter didn't know.
It's harder when you don't. When you get
when you lose a
sideswiped
person,
with it.
literally, when you lose a person, and it was just a shock to everybody.
Yeah.
That's something
I didn't have
different
time to process.
compared to
I
a
didn't-
person that been going through
Right,
something for a long time.
Right.
That okay, we kind of feel like they getting ready to slip
yeah,
away.
yeah.
That doesn't hurt as much as a person that just goes like that.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
didn't even have time to even process this.
Right.
So it's like with Jesus, he was telling them now, like, yo, I'm getting ready to go.
Yeah.
But I ain't even have time to process this.
Right.
Because I love you, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you my homie.
Right.
I'm with you every day.
Yeah.
I'm literally with you every day. If you ain't in somebody else's house, you in my house.
Right.
You've had meetings in my house.
Mm-hmm.
You came and healed my mother-in-law.
Right.
Bro, you came and ate at my table, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Like, literally, man, come on.
Yeah.
You can't leave me now.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's like anymore to be without you.
Yeah. And that's different. And that leads us to our conversation today, which is love me enough to let me go.
Yes.
Right. So Peter obviously was very vocal about his love for Jesus Christ.
Man.
But again, Jesus in his infinite wisdom asked Peter questions that would baffle the reader sometimes.
Yeah.
Because we would see that Peter's down for the cause. He gonna be with Jesus, no doubt. But sometimes in these intimate conversations, Jesus would say, Peter, do you love me? And the reader, you and I would be like, why is he asking him that question? Of course he does. Like, why wouldn't he? But Jesus knows, right? Just like
He
Judas,
knows the intent of your heart, yo.
Because that's what he wants.
Yeah.
He wants that's what he's trying to do. Is he's trying to clear and clean your heart, right? So he'll say, "Do you like me? Man, come on, Jesus. Of course I love you. Like, duh." But again, realizing who Jesus is, flesh and spirit. Peter's just flesh right now, right? What does he know? What does he equate love, right? How does he equate love?
It's how you see it, though. Your
How does he
perspective of love. Though.
Of love, right?
Yeah.
And I think the reason one could assume is that the reason why Jesus had to keep asking first, because as we know that Peter still had his flaws, right? He still felt like there was some differences between Jews and Gentiles.
Exactly.
And we was a little greater. He was a little lesser. Like there was still like this air a little bit about Peter too. And it could have come with a
And it
relationship
came
because
with-
I'm
no,
with
it came
Jesus
with-
every day. So I'm this and I'm that.
But
Right?
but it also came because of what my experience was.
Right.
Rome had their foot on our neck.
Yeah.
And you coming to liberate them?
Right.
Why?
Same thing like Jonah.
How many friends tell you really gonna talk to them?
Right.
After
right.
what they did to you?
After what they did to you?
Oh, really?
Right. Yeah.
It's bigger than that, yo.
It's bigger than that.
It's bigger than
It's
that.
worldwide.
And
It's
when Jesus is
nationwide.
always
Like-
going to make you see the bigger picture.
Yeah.
He's never going to let you live in this low level vibration, as
absolutely.
we call it.
Right.
We low level thinking.
Vibrations.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
he's like, nah, this is what we
Come
about
up a
to-
little
I
higher.
want you to come up a little higher.
Yeah.
And that's the same thing even with relationships.
Yeah.
I love you enough to
Yeah.
know that we won't work,
Mm-hmm.
but that you can find somebody else.
Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah.
I need somebody else.
Right.
You're not it.
Yeah.
But I do love you.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's the hardest test of a relationship you're going to ever have.
Yeah.
Is to know that I invested time in something that's not for me.
Yikes.
I've invested my energy, my time, my faithfulness, in something that's really not for me.
And then when do you get to know
But
that
you're
though?
good for somebody else.
Right.
And I've cultivated this to be better for somebody else than me.
Mm.
Do you know what that's like?
Mm.
To want that person, but knowing that that person ain't for you.
Yikes. So that's going back to because that's heavy. That's wow. So going back to the story though, it's the same thing. Like so, Jesus is now telling his disciples, and he's telling them plainly, "I'm about to be up out of here."
Yeah.
I already knew what my assignment was. I just had to get the release to really tell y'all. I've been walking this way a long time, and I already knew. So
knew.
it's like Jesus was just holding secrets.
Yeah.
Like, it could be obvious he to keep all the secrets.
Yeah,
but
because
I'm
he
just saying-
talked in parables for a long time.
So, I mean, right. I mean, there's only a few instances where he had to say it plainly. Like, one, Lazarus is dead. And
Right.
tired of saying it in
Yeah,
parables.
yeah.
Like, you're not getting it. He's asleep. Is he asleep? We got to go back to his mother and
It
be
was
born
like, go
again.
wake him up.
Right, go wake him up. It's like, what are you saying that a man got to be born again, go back in his mother's womb? Okay. Come on,
Born
being
of the
dumb.
water. Come on, y'all. All right, come on. But no,
Right.
and that's realness because man, like when I really read that scripture,
Yeah,
I seen it from a perspective even of life.
yeah.
You have parents that will hold their children back
That's what I was giving you a go. Yeah.
because of their love and fear
Yes.
for their children. I don't want you going out of state to college.
Right, right,
Because I don't think you're ready for independency.
right,
How you know if I'm ready if you don't let me go?
right.
I just know. No, you don't. That's
Right.
your fear.
Yeah.
But you equate it to your love.
Mm.
It really wasn't just Peter's love that he didn't want Jesus to die.
his fear.
It was his fear.
Because look, we said before, he was always fearful. If that's why he was so aggressive.
That's why I was so aggressive.
Yeah.
Why do you think people are so aggressive?
Right.
Because they really are scared.
Yeah. Yeah.
The bear was aggressive with the woman that we
Right,
said in the beginning
right,
because he
right.
got scared.
Right.
So he attacked her out of his fear.
Yeah.
Not because he loved her.
Right.
He attacked her out of his fear.
And how many times do people do that to us though?
Man.
Like we've been in a situation, or we've done it.
Yeah.
Like we've been harsh with our words, or went back hard because we were actually scared. Like
And I'm
you ain't doing this. Like
And I actually love you, but
Yeah.
I don't know how to express that.
yeah.
I don't know. I really have not been in love like this before
Yeah.
with the person I just met 3 years ago.
Right.
Like you open me up to something totally different. That's just like a person being with somebody and they open you up mentally, they open you up spiritually, they open you up physically. And now you telling me
You gotta go.
I gotta go?
Right. Nah, you ain't going.
Nah, you ain't going nowhere.
So this is where we're ending up now. So Jesus is telling his disciples, and so the Bible says in the NLT now that my man Peter comes and pulls Jesus to the side, and I'm like, nah.
You will never die.
You
on
ain't
my
never
watch.
dying on my watch. This ain't happening. You can go tell somebody else to do it, like the meme. Get somebody else to do it.
Yeah.
Like
Somebody else to do it.
Get somebody else to do it.
Yeah.
Like so, he literally had to get somebody else
Yes.
to do the moment.
Yeah.
And then, but then, what did Jesus tell him?
He said, called him Satan, number one.
Satan,
He rebuked him and said, get behind me, Satan.
get your butt back.
He said, he called him Satan literally. And he said, because you are setting a trap for me.
Yeah.
Your love equates to your fear trap set for me.
Yeah. Because if I fall into this, then I'm not going to be able to do the purpose for the world.
If I stay in this relationship,
If I stay,
I can't never blossom to the butterfly that I'm supposed to be.
yeah,
If I stay in this cocoon with you, because safety is in the cocoon.
yeah.
Safety is in the cocoon of my fear.
But like this
If,
this
as you
opens-
think,
yeah, this
you-
opens it up to so many other things. Like my
Yo.
mind is exploding.
yeah,
Like literally, what he's saying is that, and as people know, Satan also means opposer.
it means opposer. It's
Right.
not just Satan the devil over the horns.
Right, right,
no,
right, right. Opposer meaning that there is a truth, and there's people
You
that
oppose me.
the truth.
Yeah.
And there's people who oppose the good or the bad,
And
or
they
whatever
oppose
it
the
is.
work. See, he was
Yeah.
opposing the work of God, which he literally came to do.
Yeah,
My whole purpose, that's why I said, when you
Yep.
attach yourself to the person, you have to attach yourself to the purpose. The purpose might lead them to death.
and you gotta be okay with that.
And you got to be okay with that. This purpose may lead me to not be with a lot of people. This purpose might lead me to the Isle of Patmos.
And the thing is, though, but like again, to the untrained reader, you're looking at this conversation between real good friends, and this is another moment where you're like, Jesus, that was harsh. Like, what do you mean? Like, this man loves you. Why would it? But Jesus had to, right? There's some conversation that you gotta have, and the tone that you gotta have it, because people ain't gonna understand it no other way.
Yeah.
Right? So
Yeah.
there's some things that you can sit down, we can talk nice about. All right, so here's the thing. I'm gonna leave. Oh no, you're gonna leave? Yeah, I gotta go. You know, I'm getting, or we can go. I'm getting ready to leave. Nah, man, you ain't. All right, I said I'm leaving. You know,
Yeah.
you gotta have these. It gotta be that
Because-
aggressive for some people because they don't get it.
Because your purpose is detrimental.
Yeah,
It's detrimental to my purpose if I don't leave here.
that's what I'm saying. Is that
And
he
I
had
gotta
to say it
and I
that
had
way.
to say it to you. And for you to pull me to the side, meaning you
Right.
was worried.
Right.
You pull
right.
me. It's a lot. It's maybe a few times in your life you're gonna pull somebody to the side and
Right,
talk to them.
right.
Like,
Come on,
yeah,
be real quick.
can I holler at you?
Right,
real
right,
quick?
right. You come.
Like
Come here.
it's some friendship that if you gotta pull me to the side and
Yeah,
talk
yeah,
to me,
you already know it's something
it's
serious.
really something that we need to really talk.
Right.
Like, bro, call me like in like the next 10 minutes. I need to
Right,
talk to you
right,
about something.
right.
Like that's what the situation they had was
Yeah,
to pull
yeah.
you to the side moment.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
all right, bro, I know what you just said. I ain't feeling that.
Right.
Like I really need to talk to you about this
Yeah,
because this
yeah.
is real to me now.
Yeah.
And it's like, but Jesus said, my purpose is greater than your emotions.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
My going away, it's greater than how you feel right now.
Yeah. And in the NLT it says that you don't really know me because you're looking at this situation from a humanistic view.
A human perspective.
You are
and view.
looking at me. You're looking at this, which again is why sometimes you have to love me enough to let me go, because then you start to take ownership of my life as if I'm yours.
Exactly. And and that's what humans do.
Like,
Anything
I'm
that
not
they love,
yours, right? You
they
started
hold on
own.
to.
You feel like you need to own me, and we're in modern day slavery.
But
That's what
hear
it
me
did.
out, though.
We've owned people. You don't own me.
that's why when people die, it's very hard for people to get over it.
Yeah.
Because they felt like you were supposed to be
You were
for
mine.
me.
Yeah.
When the whole time that was a God's purpose.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's God's people.
Yeah.
You cannot have a monopoly on what God wants to do with this person.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. If anything, we have parents.
Of course.
If anything would happen to your parents,
Yeah.
I would be very sad.
Yeah.
But when you get to the perspective that they are God's people,
Yeah. And we don't own them.
and I don't own you,
Yeah.
I love you enough for a season,
Mm-hmm.
and you're really only here for a season of my life. Because most people really only have their parents on an average for 30 to 45 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's it.
That's crazy.
Literally, when you think about that, that's not a long time,
That's not a long time.
to have your parents with you.
Right.
Most people, parents die when they're probably in their 40s
Mm-hmm.
or 30s.
Mm-hmm.
Some people earlier,
Yeah.
some people a little bit later. But on an average, maybe like 30s in their 40s. That's not a long time when you think about your
Mm. No,
parents.
It's not.
You like, dude, I'm only like 42. I still don't even really know life yet.
Yeah.
But I got to detach myself from the person that taught me everything about life.
Yeah.
And so now I have to detach myself from something that was never meant to stay for a long time.
Mm.
But I wanted it to stay for a long time. That's why some people can't get over relationships, because you thought it was going to be a forever thing
Mm. And
when
that
it was really a temporary thing.
that ownership to me is sticking with me to feel like how you really like it literally is making me feel like modern day slavery where people own people because, they looked at them as resources and whatever like that. But it's really in that same sense of you can't let me go because you feel like I'm yours.
Because like you're mine.
And you're not looking at it from, I'm not just here for you.
He was not just Peter's Jesus.
Right.
But he was the world's Jesus.
Yes.
And Peter thought he was my Jesus.
My Jesus only.
Only. He was my Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
No, you ain't leaving.
Right.
You my Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
We fish together, man.
Right.
We go together, man. We are peanut butter and jelly. We together.
Right.
No, Peter, I'm the world's Jesus.
Right.
Now I have to tell you plainly who I really am.
Mm-hmm.
I introduced you to me individually, but I have to go from you
so that
for
I can
the world,
save the world.
so I can save the world.
Yeah, and it's crazy when your relationship could be hindering a generational a saving, right? I could be doing so much more, but because you're holding me, I can't do what he's
I
called
can't
me
even
to
be
do.
what I want to be, Mom.
Or what he's called me to be.
Or Dad, I can't be who I want to be because, like, I seen the movie Fences. I'm gonna let this go. We're getting ready to wrap it up. The movie Fences with Denzel Washington and Viola Davis.
Yeah.
He didn't want his son to play sports because he said he didn't like how he was treated when he tried to play. So your love for the game, I didn't let you be because of how it treated me.
It's not fair.
That's not fair. And she said, his wife said, well, but he's really good.
Right.
Yeah, but the way they treated me, he said, but you were old.
Right.
When you tried to do it, you were really old. Nobody was going to give you a shot then. So you're mad and you hold your son back.
Right.
Because of how you were treated with the sport that you love. So you won't even let him try anything.
This episode, I feel like it needs a 2-part because this is deep. Like but again, love me to let me go.
Love me enough to let me go.
Love me enough to let me go. And just to wrap up, the wrap up of that, and I'll let you finish, is that, there are things that we feel like are ours. Yeah. But then there are things that are really the world's.
Yeah.
Right? And because of your fears or because of your own anxieties that, that we feel like that we have to own them. Man. But we can't. Man. Because there are gifts that are not just meant for the house. No. They meant for the world.
Martin Luther King was not meant for just Coretta.
Yeah. Yeah.
Malcolm X was not meant just for his wife and kids.
Yeah.
Why? They was meant for the world.
Meant for the world.
That's why he died at 38. That's why because they put their whole purpose on the line. Yeah. They put their whole life on the line. Same way Jesus did.
But which is why it's so good to know your purpose early so you can make that impact.
Man.
So, because we never know when we're going to be out of here.
And look, he started prophesying just like Jesus did. He said, I might not get to the mountaintop with y'all, but I've seen it. Yes. Might not get there with y'all.
Right.
No, this is my reality now.
Right.
This freedom that we need may cost my life.
Yeah.
But it's necessary for my life to go. So people can understand that I died without touching not one person. And I made them as mad as they were without physically touching anybody. But my love for my purpose touched everybody. Jesus' love for his purpose touched everybody.
Well, everybody, this has been great. And it's been a great episode that I feel like we need to dive a little bit more into. So, we may just bring this back in a week or so. We'll see what thus save the Lord.
Yeah, now.
But we thank y'all for joining in and tuning in for another episode of Throw in the Salt.
Throw in the Salt.
Please like and subscribe. Hit that share button because we want to bring more content to you.
Tell some more people about it.
And we want you to share it too, because as you share, we're just sharing the love of Jesus. And so that's how others are be drawn to him. So we hope you enjoyed this episode.
Yeah.
Anything you want to say as we wrap up?
Man, look, y'all. Be the salt of the earth.
Yes.
And be the light of the world.
Yes, indeed.
Until next time.
Until next time.
Throw some
Bye.
salt. See y'all.
Preserved by my Redeemer, the Messiah, and the leader. Belly full of living water, just in case you need a leader. Reflecting the overseer, protected, cause Lord, I need you. Can't let a day go by without giving the word a try. But what if I fall short and I'm in need of a friend to pick me up and help me start believing again? Continue fleeing from sin. Man, we just fishing for men who throwing salt. The perfect seasoning for the season. You win, you win.
Ain't got time to play around. Put some salt up on the ground. Throwing salt, throwing salt, throwing salt, throwing salt, throwing salt, throwing salt.